There are 4 things that make a killer sales rep in the lawn care industry. And in today's video, we're gonna go through all 4 of them, and I'm gonna have a huge shout out to Mr. Mika on our team because he displayed all 4 of those things this year, which is why he sold nearly $1 million in new sales. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This video is about hiring A+ talent, especially when it comes to sales. And I wanna kind of tell you the story of mediocre sales reps versus all-star killers and why it's worth your while to spend the extra money and take the additional time to find killers when it comes to sales. So at Yard Dawgs, we've been doing this for 11 years, and hi, my name is James, by the way. For those of you who don't know us, we own Yard Dawgs Lawn Care here in Canada, and we make these videos, 1, because we have a lot of fun doing them, and 2, because we are in the process of trying to build the best lawn care company in North America. And to do that, we need to find top-end talent. So we make these videos hoping to kind of open some doors down the road to meet some of you guys. We opened 3 new branches this year to Edmonton, Red Deer, and Saskatoon. And it's through YouTube that we find a lot of connections to great people. If you are ever looking to open up your own lawn care company or maybe need some help getting your lawn care company to the next level, we have a model that kind of replicates that of Chick-fil-A for lawn care. So if you are open to discussing that, don't hesitate to drop me an email. Link in my email's in the description. So guys, today, sales, let's talk about it. So we've hired a lot of people over the years, and essentially when it comes down to it, if you can hire the right guy for sales in particular, they will outsell the rest of your team combined. And you don't necessarily have to have an incredible compensation where that person's making buckets more than the other people. At the end of the day, it's going to be a competition. You should have, in my opinion, a base wage and a commission, because although I understand the appeal and I totally understand the 100% commission role, there is something to say about, because we're a seasonal business, some guys, especially when they're starting out, they just need to have a little bit of security. They need to know that, you know what, it's gonna be okay. Like, no matter what, even if I didn't sell a dime today, which might be the case at the very start, they need to know that they're at least not wasting their time. So they give it an opportunity to give it a fair shot. So we do the minimum wage plus a 5% commission. The commission is on new sales, and it is paid on production, which means they don't get the commission right when they make the sale. They get paid the commission after the work that they sold gets rendered for the customer. So for example, if I sold a $300 lawn care program where it's 3 applications, each worth $100, I would, in that example, get a $5 commission after each round of fertilizer and weed control. This does a couple things. 1, it makes sure that there are not sleazy sales happening. It makes sure that we are selling people properly, setting them up for success, and it helps the sales reps kind of stagger their paychecks a little bit throughout the season. Otherwise, they can get a lot at the very start and then they can piece out. Or honestly, a lot of guys that don't piece out, they might get a lot of money at the very beginning if you just pay them right away, and they don't really know what to do with it and they spend it. When in reality, we're a seasonal business. You have to make hay while the sun shines, but you need to save those paychecks for rainy days sometimes. So we stagger it. That way their paychecks are a lot more spread out, and they really can start to reap the rewards of what they've sown later on in the season. But for example, Mr. Mika this year, he is our top sales rep. He will sell just shy of $1 million in new net sales this year. Now, compare that to the other sales reps. The other guys are closer to like the 400 range, essentially, at the end of the day. And so Mika, what was different about him? Let's go through the top things that made him a killer sales rep. First and foremost, we headhunted him from our own company. He was actually a technician last year, and we had an event where we were having like a little bit of drama with the technician, so we had to kind of pull everyone aside, have these one-on-ones, everyone just kind of see what the heck is going on. And right off the bat, we cannot believe how articulate this guy was. He comes into the conference room, he's like, here's the full situation that I'd probably narrow down into 3 distinct points. 1, blood, and he got right into things too. The whole time, I'm like, what the heck? This guy is one of our technicians. He was one of the top producing technicians too. I do want to point that out. So like, he was a killer in the field, and that helps translate to being a killer in sales. So he was already an A player. He wanted to win. He liked the fact that we posted on the board how much production guys did every single day, and he wanted to be number 1. And he would be a little bit annoyed and disappointed if he was number 2, number 3. So he naturally had a competitive edge to him. which for sales is incredibly important. The next thing though is that the thing about Mika is that he came incredibly coachable. He came to win. He came in knowing that, listen, you guys know what you're doing. I'm just going to be an avid student of what you're doing. So he followed the script. He followed the templates we made out for him. He followed the sequences. He did the process, and he didn't sway away from that. He didn't try to reinvent the wheel. Yes, we gave him the skeleton and he added his own meat and potatoes onto it, but he didn't try to change the skeleton. He followed the plan. And the next thing that Mika did is that he stayed persistent. That guy grinded and he put in more hours than any other person. When he was at home kind of watching TV on the couch at 8 p.m., if a couple leads rolled in, Mika was on top of those. Mika was the one to actually call those leads during that time because, as you know, speed to lead. If someone submits a form at 8 p.m., they're probably thinking about lawn care at 8 p.m. You should probably give them a call. I remember the one story. The guy was in a bath. The guy was in a bath at like 9 p.m. He hears his phone, bzz, bzz, checks it, new lead. He's like, oh, fuck it. And he just calls the guy and books the St. Bernard package. He got up at 3 a.m. once just to kind of go get a glass of water, go to the bathroom, checked his phone. There was a new lead that came in like 10 minutes ago. Called the person, sold a lawn care package at 3 a.m. The guy was a shift worker and just trying to get on top of some things. So like things like that. Mika worked every Saturday and he even worked Sundays. And I know this might ruffle a couple feathers here, but I do believe with a lawn care season, as seasonal as we are, there is a 90-day period, maybe a 60-day period that we should probably be working Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays, 100%. Sundays, I still really think it's worthwhile. Now, I realize people have different stages of life. Myself, I have 4 young kids. Working Sundays is an incredibly hard challenge. So we try to build our team so that it's kind of guys that are kind of their early to mid-20s. And their whole mode right now is to make money. They just want to make money. Many of them are not married. So they don't have kids. They are ready to grind. That seems to work very well, in my opinion, for what works for a sales team, because those guys are here to make some cash. That's what they're here to do, and to do a good job and work hard. Because the truth is, guys, Saturdays and Sundays when people are not busy at work, it's when they're actually at their home looking at their yard. It's a day worth working, especially during your spring tsunami when all those leads are poured in there too. So what made Mika unique again? 1 is he had a competitive spirit. 2, he was the guy that put in the most hours. He was very consistent there too. He was very consistent and he pushed through those long hours. 3, he was incredibly coachable. And 4, right off the bat, and I think this is an important one, he had the gift of the gab. A good sales rep for lawn care, this is a transactional business. You know, at the end of the day, like we aren't doing rocket science. These aren't massive, weeks on sales processes. This is the type of sale that usually happens on the first phone call, at most the second phone call. So we don't need anything fancy. We need to follow a basic plan, a basic follow-up plan if they answer the phone, if they don't answer the phone, essentially. But you got to be able to talk. And you got to be able to get through those silly rejections like, it sounds great, I just need to talk to my wife, or it sounds good, I just need to think about it. Those basic objections that pop up there, you got to be able to talk your way through those and have fun with people. Like the thing is, that I've noticed is that when you're in a high volume business, you do a lot of phone calls, obviously, and it's tough to stay enthusiastic on call 143, But remember, you might be the only call that person received that day. People don't talk on the phone as much as they used to. So although it's your 143rd call, it is their first call. And you need to give them the umph, the energy, and the enthusiasm, and make them excited to have a beautiful, green, healthy, weed-free lawn this season. It makes a big difference. And don't forget that phone filters out a ton of your energy. So you kind of need to be over the top. I know it's like when I'm making these videos on YouTube, I'm pretty much in my car screaming right now at the phone. Like people are driving by me saying, this guy on crack right now, I should probably change lanes. It's because the phone and the media, it screens a lot of enthusiasm. So when you're on the phone, what might sound like, hi there, thank you for calling Yard Dawgs. My name is James. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? To you, on the other person, just sounds like, hi there, thank you for calling Yard Dawgs. My name is James. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? It just sounds completely normal and enthusiastic, which is important, positive. Let's go. We are here to have a good day and sell lawn care. So guys, it is worth taking a lot of time to hire the proper killer when it comes to sales. Alex Ramosi says that, you know what, you will notice right away if someone's an A player or not. Don't hire a B player and hope they become an A player. It is worth spending the money and it is worth taking the additional time to find that killer. The second you hire the person, you should be saying, oh, thank God, this is great. Like within the first day or two. You shouldn't have to hide and say, oh shoot, okay, we got a lot of work to do. No, you don't have time to have a lot of work to do. Like, you have such a short seasonal business, you need to get right into it the second they go. So that first day, while you're interviewing the person, give them 50 calls to do. Call a whole bunch of previous leads and just see if they don't have to necessarily sell the person, but see if they can talk their way into having a lawn care conversation in the middle of February when there's snow on the ground with a random stranger. That will show you if that's going to be a good sales rep or not. So make sure they're committed to the hours. Make sure they know that there is a short period to make a lot of money. Mika, 40% of his entire annual pay comes from May, the month of May. So taking a 2-hour lunch break or missing a day is too expensive. Save that time. In October, November, December, go to Mexico for a month. I really don't care. Enjoy that time then. But when it is May, guys, we are going to be open this year 7 days a week, probably 8 to 8. Like something insane. Maybe one day it's going to be 24/7 with AI bots. Who the heck knows? All I know, though, is that the longer that we've been open, the more hours you put in, the more sales we've made. So find killers on your team. This upcoming season, we have a lot to do. We're probably planning to sell, I think we need to sell $3.5 million, was it? We have to, so I can't think of the number on the top of my head, but we have a lot to do, more than 50% of what we did this past season. So we have Mika on a killer, then we have 2 part-time outbound guys on this team. I did a lot of sales this year. I did probably about 750,000, maybe a little bit less than that. The next upcoming year, though, we're going to hire another Mika. We're going to look for another killer to join our sales team for 2026 because we need all hands on deck to make this happen. And I need to be more on top of managing, because the truth is, when you have a lot of leads coming in, you have a lot of calls, things get missed. People don't get properly sequenced. People don't get proper callbacks. Somebody has to take the time to manage it, and, well, it's probably my job to do that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that this year. Guys, thanks for tuning into this video. Go find a killer sales team. If you liked what you saw today, please drop me a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave us a comment to motivate us to keep going on this channel, guys. I really appreciate you sticking to the very end, and we will see you in the next video. Let's get it.